I never believed in ghosts until Emma died, and I never believed in revenge until she came back. My name is Tyler, and I need to tell you this story before it's too late, before she comes for me completely. Maybe if I confess everything, she'll finally let me go. Maybe. Emma Reed was the quiet girl in our senior class. You know the type. Kept to herself, always had her nose in a book, wore oversized sweaters even in spring. She wasn't ugly, just invisible. The kind of person you could sit next to for a whole semester and never really see. That's what made it so easy. It started as a joke. At least, that's what I told myself. My friends, Chad, Brandon, and Mike, we were the kings of Jefferson High. Star athletes, popular, untouchable. And we were bored. Dude, I bet I could get Emma Reed to fall for me. Chad said one day at lunch, nodding toward where she sat alone reading. No way. Brandon laughed. She probably doesn't even know what boys are. $50 says I can get her to the prom, Chad continued. Make her think I actually like her. That's how it started. A stupid bet. $50 in bragging rights. We all watched as Chad worked his magic over the next few weeks. Sitting next to Emma in study hall, asking about her books, walking her to class. I watched her transform, saw the way she started smiling more, doing her hair, wearing clothes that actually fit. She was falling for him hard. This is too easy. Chad would laugh at our lunch table. She was like a puppy, so desperate for attention. I laughed along with everyone else. We all did, even when Chad asked her prom and she said yes, tears actually streaming down her face. Even when she showed us the dress she'd bought, a blue one that probably cost her months of savings from her part-time job. Prom night, we executed the plan. Chad picked Emma up, told her she looked beautiful, took pictures with her parents. Then he drove her to the school, walked her inside, and exactly 20 minutes later, as planned, he dumped punch all over her dress. Did you really think I'd take someone like you to prom? He said, loud enough for everyone to hear. It was a bet. $50 to see if I could make the invisible girl think she mattered. The gym went silent. Emma stood there, soaked in red punch, her mascara starting to run. She looked at Chad, then at me and Brandon and Mike, who were all laughing, really laughing. Her face did something I'll never forget. It sort of collapsed, like watching a building implode. And in her eyes, just before she ran out of that gym, I saw something that made my skin crawl. Pure hatred. Emma didn't come to school on Monday, or Tuesday, on Wednesday. They found her car at the bottom of Miller's Quarry. The police said she'd driven straight through the barrier, no brake marks. Suicide, they ruled. Her parents were devastated. At the funeral, I couldn't look at the casket. None of us could, but we attended. It would have looked suspicious if we hadn't. Emma's mother hugged me, told me she knew we'd been Emma's friends, thanked us for coming. I threw up in the church bathroom afterward. Don't be a pussy, Chad said when I told him I felt guilty. She was weak. People like that don't make it anyway. We just accelerated the process. That was 6 months ago. Chad was the first to go. It happened on a Friday night. He was driving home from a party, completely sober according to the talk screen. But he called me right before it happened, his voice high with panic. Tyler, there's someone in my car, in the back seat. I can see her in the mirror, but when I turn around, there's nothing there. Chad, you're drunk. I'm not drunk. She's wearing a blue dress. Tyler, it's Emma. It's fucking Emma, and she's smiling, and... The line went dead. They found his car wrapped around a telephone pole. He'd been going 90 in a 35 zone, like he'd been racing away from something. His eyes were open when they found him, staring at the rearview mirror. The coroner said he died of a heart attack before the impact. A heart attack at 18 years old. I tried to tell myself it was a coincidence. Until Brandon started reporting the texts. They came from Emma's old number, which had been disconnected after her death. Simple messages at first. Remember prom? Did you enjoy the joke? My turn now. Brandon showed them the police, but they said it was probably a hacker, someone's sick idea of a prank. Then the text got worse. Photos of Brandon sleeping in his bed, showering, sitting in class, eating dinner with his family. Someone was watching him constantly, and he never saw anyone. It's her, he kept saying. She's watching me. I can feel her. Brandon lasted 2 weeks before he cracked. His parents found him in his bedroom. Every mirror in the house smashed. He was catatonic, staring at nothing, whispering the same thing over and over. She's in the reflections. She's in all the reflections. He's still in Meadowbrook Psychiatric Hospital. He doesn't speak anymore, doesn't respond to anything, just stares at the wall with those empty eyes. That left Mike and me. Mike tried to run, bought a bus ticket to his cousin's place in California, packed his bags in the middle of the night. He called me from the bus station. I can't stay here, Tyler. She's coming for us. You know she is. Mike, this is crazy. Is it? Chad's dead. Brandon's worse than dead. And I've been seeing her too. In windows. In puddles. Anywhere there's a reflection. She's always wearing that dress. Tyler. That blue dress we ruined. Mike never made it to California. The bus broke down in the middle of nowhere. Some mechanical failure. He decided to walk to the nearest town. Only 3 miles. He texted me. They found his body in a drainage ditch the next morning. No marks on him. No signs of violence. Just dead, his face frozen in absolute terror. The police questioned me after that. 3 friends dead or destroyed, all within 2 months of each other. But I hadn't done anything. There was no evidence connecting me to anything. Eventually, they let me go. That's when Emma really started visiting me. The first time, I was brushing my teeth before bed. I looked up from the sink, and there she was in the mirror behind me, wearing that blue dress, now stained dark with Quarry water. Her skin was pale and bloated, her hair hanging in wet ropes around her face. But it was her smile that made me drop the toothbrush. Wide and terrible and so patient. I spun around, but the bathroom was empty. When I looked back at the mirror, she was gone. I'm sorry. I shouted at the empty room. Emma, I'm so sorry. It was wrong. What we did was unforgivable, but I'm sorry. Silence. But I felt her listening. That was 3 weeks ago. Since then, she's been getting closer. She appears in every reflection now. My phone screen, my computer monitor, car windows, puddles on the sidewalk. Always watching, always in that dress, always smiling that horrible smile. And she started touching me. And she started touching me. I feel it when I'm alone. Cold fingers on my shoulder. Breath on the back of my neck that smells like stagnant water. Sometimes I hear her voice, whispering things that make me want to claw my own ears out. You laughed the loudest, she says. Did you know that? I heard you all, but you laughed the loudest. I try to tell my parents, but they think I'm having a breakdown. Grief, they called it. Survivor's guilt. They've scheduled therapy appointments, talked about medication. But no medication can stop what's happening to me. Last night, I woke up choking. Water was pouring from my mouth, flooding out me like I'd swallowed the entire quarry. I couldn't breathe, couldn't scream. And Emma was standing at the foot of my bed, her head tilted at that unnatural angle, watching with those dead eyes. When I could finally breathe again, my sheets were soaked. But not with water, with that red punch. Gallons of it, sticky and sweet-smelling, covering everything. It was gone by morning, but the smell lingers. I'm writing this now because I think tonight is the night. She's been appearing more frequently, staying longer. This morning, I saw her in every reflection in my house simultaneously. Dozens of Emmas, all staring at me, all reaching out their glass prisons. The sun is setting now. I've covered every mirror, every window, every reflective surface in my house. But I can still see her in the blank screen of my turned-off TV, in the surface of my water glass, in my own eyes when I close them. I called Emma's mother this afternoon, told her everything. The bet, the cruelty, the joke that ended her daughter's life. She was silent for a long time. Emma was a sweet girl, she finally said, her voice hollow. She loved too easily, trusted too much. But you boys, you turned that love into something that killed her. Did you really think there wouldn't be consequences? Please, I begged, tell me how to make her stop. I'm so sorry, Emma doesn't want your apologies, Tyler. She wants what you took from her. What did I take? Everything, her mother said, and hung up. I understand now. Emma doesn't just want revenge. She wants me to feel what she felt. The humiliation, the betrayal, the crushing weight of realizing that the people you trusted, who made you feel special, were laughing at you the whole time. But most of all, she wants you to feel what it was like in that car, driving toward the quarry, knowing you're about to die and not caring anymore because the pain of living is worse. It's dark now. I can hear water dripping somewhere in the house, though all the faucets are off. And I can smell it. That quarry water, cold and full of secrets. She's here. I can feel her behind me, even though I'm alone in my room. If I turn around, I know I'll see her. Not in a reflection this time. Really here. Really real. The doorknob is turning. I'm sorry, Emma. For whatever that's worth now, I'm sorry. But I don't think she cares about sorry anymore. I don't think she cares about anything except making me understand. The door is opening. She's smiling. And I'm so cold